for you to carry. I want to make you think and come out of it. For which teaching is important. Like a math teacher. She is writing the problem and showing the steps to solve the problem. And the intention of the teacher is you should understand the way to solve the problem and not follow exactly the same thing everywhere. And she would not be solving every problem of yours when it comes to the exam. You should know how to solve the methodology. In the same way, the intention of Krishna, who is playing a role of a guru here, is to make Arjuna come to take a decision of fighting or not to fight on his own. I can only give a guidance. All the Upanishad Rishis are of that caliber. They made the disciple independently able to come out of their problem. And therefore here, Krishna did not solve Arjuna's problem, he dissolved it. And make Arjuna see that the problem is not outside. As our Guruji would say, some people have problems and some people are problems. You have to find out whether you have a problem or you are the problem. The question is there a problem at all? Or I am thinking it is to be. That is where teaching comes. Otherwise, why so many verses of teaching? If Krishna, the avatar of the Lord, had to decide to change the situation, he would have done within seconds. Don't worry, Arjuna, I will take care of the problem, you go and sit in the corner. Done. He didn't do that. I'll teach you how to solve. First of all, find out, is there really a problem? That needs thinking. Human, when you say, we have mind. We have the mind, we as human beings are blessed with what is known as a thinking equipment. And thereby we have progressed so far in our life. In all the various branches of existence, where there's science and technology and many different fields, we have moved on from what it was some 25, 30 years back to what we are today. Would anybody have believed that with the plastic, some box, you can talk to somebody thousands of miles away? Some 50 years back? Think about it. But today it is possible. Today you can see what is happening thousands of miles away. You can see right in your small plastic. How is that? Is it not human beings have decided to think and move ahead? That's called mind. A bird or even a bee who has been working seriously in the same world where you and I exist have not progressed. Today also, a sparrow wants to build a nest on the tree, it has to use the same leaves, twigs and dry leaves. No new technology, not a fiberglass, concrete structure, Wi-Fi facility. No. Same twigs, leaves, mud. Isn't that true? They have not moved ahead at all. Whereas you and I have. Why? We think. We always ask, what better I can do? Can I do it in a less time? Much better. In the same way as we have progressed out in this world to solve our external problems by right thinking and right method of using available resources, so also the basic misunderstanding that we will have about ourselves, about people, and how to overcome our own bondages of anger, lust, passion, greed, jealousy, etc. by right thinking. We need not have to suffer, even though zindagi ek suffer. We need not suffer. And suffering, therefore, is optional. And nobody wants to, is it not? That's what Buddha has said. Sorrows in world are unavoidable. Suffering is optional. But we don't think it that way. Because we look at others, everybody is suffering the same problem, so I also suffer the same problem. That's not the way Buddha thought about it. We can come out. So also he says to Arjuna, I will give you that solution, provided you start thinking the way I want you to. So Arjuna's question is, my problem is, what is dharma in this situation? I want to know. Teach me. Until then, Krishna did not open the mouth. When he became a disciple, I want to know, I am your disciple. The very word disciple means one who follows discipline. Sishtam anucharati shishya. Shishya, when you say, he the one who is ready to follow the instruction. What is dharma? Now, let us focus on the word dharma again. You are familiar with the word karma, correct? What is karma? In American it is karma. Karma is any action that you do. Now, there are two ways of looking at anything. One is called an activity, another is called work. What is the difference between action and work? Can anyone tell me? When you are walking from here to your car, is it a work or an action? You go out and jog around this building and then go to your car, then it's a workout. What's the difference? You did the same thing.
With exertion or without exertion?
Huh?
With exertion is work.
With exertion, you also exert when you go to the car, you exert some amount. The only thing is, for what purpose you are doing that action. So when I do the work of running around the same building and then reaching there, I am doing the same thing, but additionally I have done one more thing. What? I worked out. I exhausted a little bit of my fat. So anything can be done as an action. The same thing can also be done as a work. You cook your food every day at home, most of you. But if you're a cook in a restaurant and you're doing the same thing,
it is work.
It's a work, not an action. My intention is different. Intention is being an employee of that restaurant. I am doing it for money. Right? So between action and work there is a difference. If you want to call it as one is kriya, cheta, another is karma. So Krishna is going to first of all tell Arjuna, what you are going to do in this battlefield, even though you are a Kshatriya, whose natural instinct or natural inclination is to fight, now you are going to fight with the purpose of protecting your own country. Not only that. That I know that you are ready to do. But that very act of, that very work of protecting your own country against the enemies or from the enemies should be done for purifying your mind. It's not just an action. It is a momentum from one level to another level. From one level of understanding to another level of understanding. So then it becomes dharma. A karma by itself cannot become dharma. The intention should be something for personal progress, personal purification. That's why in our Purushartha, first thing is given as dharma. It is not any action, but every action performed with the intention to make our soul more purer than before. So on your daily duties of doing your work as a husband or a wife or a parent can be done because what to do? I got these children. I got this husband. Husband also says, Krishna, whose husband? जिसका हंसना बंद हो गया. Somebody is clapping. So, you can say what to do. I'm married. But you can do the same thing as a husband, as a wife, as a parent, with an intention to do your best so that you can move ahead. I should do better than yesterday. By doing my best, I overcome my own inhibitions, my own inner conditioning, limitations. So every action can be done as a mere karma or doing it for a higher purpose, dharma. So here the question of Arjuna is, am I going to do a mere karma of fighting a war, or is there a higher purpose? That's why he asked the question, yes, Shreya, what is good in this? That you tell. Shreyas and Preyas, these two words you might have come across. It's coming from again Kathopanishad. Because in that in Kathopanishad, the Rishi there, in the form of Yama, he talks about in our life, every moment we have two options. One is doing an action for the sake of pleasure or doing the action for the sake of good. Shreyascha preyascha manushya vedah tau samparitya vivinakti dhira shreyo hi dhiro pi preyaso vranite preyo manto yogakshema pranite. These two are always available to us at any given point of time. Doing an action just for the sake of pleasure of the senses merely, or for the sake of reaching something greater. Shreyascha preyascha manushya meda. Both of them come. Tau, those two. Samparitya, seeing clearly. Vivinakti, discriminates. Dhira, dhimantaha, viveki. A man of knowledge. How? Shreyo hi dhiro pi preyaso vranite. A man of wisdom always chooses Shreyas over Preyas because he knows that that's good, even though sometimes it is not pleasurable. Whereas a person who has only concern about his yoga and shema, protecting what he has got and getting what new things he can get from the world, he always uses prayers. Even the car that he drives will be prayers. P-R-I-Y-U-S, prayers. Or, you buy cars like big money wasted, called BMW. So, your idea is pleasure. Nothing wrong. So here he says, give me a solution. Why should I fight this war? What is the higher purpose? And what is good in this? Yet Shreya syat nischitam bru. Tad me bru. Teach me that. Sishyaha te I am your disciple. Shadimam, instruct me. Prapannam, I surrender to you. So now the onus is on Krishna. Now I have to teach him. And he was a teacher anyway. And if you had a right disciple who, and the situation is the very peculiar thing, right in the middle of the war. Unlike in the Upanishad where the Rishi, the teacher, and the students are living in a most conducive atmosphere of peaceful, quiet place where both of them are mentally ready to engage in this kind of conversation. That's why when we start any teaching, we'll say Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavava, Tejasvino Adhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. May we learn together, we strive together and enjoy doing this, etc. Whereas it's in the middle of the battlefield. And the battle is about to begin. Everybody was ready. At that time, Arjuna says, teach me. Now, Krishna has to think about 2-3 things. One, here is a disciple who wants to know what is to be done. And I have to teach him the right thing. I have to teach him in the right thing in such a way that having known which, he must be ready to fight and not ready to withdraw. While in the case of a disciple who is trying to understand this great philosophy in the quietude and in solitude of a forest, is not a man of action. He has given up all his desire to act and has come to be a student of a teacher who will lead him into meditation, withdrawal. Whereas that cannot be done with Arjuna. He cannot ask him to now withdraw from the war. Let us go in isolation and start learning about this. No. He has to teach him such a way how to gain this knowledge and with a higher purpose in mind, fight the war. Alright? So therefore, first thing he says is, let me tell you what is the nature of a man of wisdom. Because that's where you want to reach. I will first show the highest goal. That's where you have to reach. Then I will tell you the methodology of reaching. Ashocyananvashocastvam Prajñavadamscha bhashase Gadasu nagadasumscha Nanushocanti panditaha. Best way to inspire anyone is to show the nature of the goal that he or she has to reach. I was in somebody's house and they invited me for having a rickshaw food. After I reached there, that ladies decided to start cooking. Now you know how much time it takes. So I said, no, what do I do now? I looked around. There was a table and there was a beautiful scenery was there in a sheet. It's a beautiful, river flowing and the mountains and sky, birds and flowers and trees, and it was so beautiful. So I picked up that whole sheet. It was a jigsaw puzzle. It all fell into different pieces. So I gathered all of them, put them together, slowly walked out of that room. Swamiji, stop there! There was a voice. Who is this? An 8-year-old was standing. What did you do? What did I do? You messed up that thing. Oh, very sorry. What sorry? It took me 2 hours to do that. Mom, Swamiji messed up my thing. Until he finishes, don't give him food. I said, okay, challenge. That I will finish this. But show me the original picture. Looking at that which I can put them together. Because without that, how do I finish? Either I lost it. You do it. How do I do this? The easiest way, first thing, to fix the corners. I'm not teaching you how to do it, but fix the corners. Now I closed my eyes and what I could do was to recall what I saw. But at that time I was not intending to do anything, so my memory was very vague about the picture which I had seen. But based upon that which I remember, I started fixing things. took only 1 hour for me to finish that. Done. See that?